What survives? Power takes many forms: instinct, intelligence, strength, belief. Some of it is inherited, some of it is learned, some of it is borrowed for a time. These poems don't argue about who is right or wrong. They ask a quieter question instead. When force fades, when certainty fails, when time presses forward, what remains? Is it dominance, written into nature itself? Is it the soul, unafraid of extinction? Is it humility, small, fragile, and accidental? Or is it the final truth that waits for everything, no matter how strong? This collection moves through power, vulnerability, and inevitability, not to offer comfort and not to take it away, but to sit with what endures after illusion, after struggle, after everything else has spoken. The Female of the Species by Rudyard Kipling. When the Himalayan peasant meets the he-bear in his pride, he shouts to scare the monster, who will often turn aside. But the she-bear, thus accosted, rends the peasant tooth and nail. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. When Nag, the basking cobra, hears the careless foot of man, he will sometimes wriggle sideways and avoid it if he can. But his mate makes no such motion where she camps beside the trail. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. When the early Jesuit fathers preached to Hurons and Choctaws, they prayed to be delivered from the vengeance of the squaws. 'Twas the women, not the warriors, turned those stark enthusiasts pale. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. Man's timid heart is bursting with the things he must not say, for the woman that God gave him isn't his to give away. But when hunter meets with husband, each confirms the other's tale. The female of the species is more deadly than the male. Man a bear in most relations, worm and savage otherwise. Man propounds negotiations. Man accepts the compromise. Very rarely will he squarely push the logic of a fact to its ultimate conclusion in unmitigated act. Fear or foolishness impels him, ere he lay the wicked low, to concede some form of trial even to his fiercest foe. Mirth obscene diverts his anger, doubt and pity oft perplex him in dealing with an issue, to the scandal of the sex. But the woman that God gave him, every fibre of her frame proves her launched for one sole issue, armed and engined for the same. And to serve that single issue, lest the generations fail, the female of the species must be deadlier than the male. She who faces death by torture for each life beneath her breast may not deal in doubt or pity, must not swerve for fact or jest. These be purely male diversions, not in these her honour dwells. She, the other law we live by, is that law and nothing else. She can bring no more to living than the powers that make her great, as the mother of the infant and the mistress of the mate. And when babe and man are lacking and she strides unclaimed to claim her right as femme and barren, her equipment is the same. She is wedded to convictions, in default of grosser ties. Her contentions are her children, heaven help him who denies. He will meet no suave discussion, but the instant, white-hot, wild, wakened female of the species, warring as for spouse and child. Unprovoked and awful charges, even so the she-bear fights, speech that drips, corrodes and poisons, even so the cobra bites, scientific vivisection of one nerve till it is raw, and the victim writhes in anguish, like the Jesuit with the squaw. So it comes that man, the coward, when he gathers to confer with his fellow braves in council, dare not leave a place for her, where, at war with life and conscience, he uplifts his erring hands to some god of abstract justice, which no woman understands, and man knows it. Knows, moreover, that the woman that God gave him must command but may not govern, shall enthrall but not enslave him. And she knows, because she warns him, and her instincts never fail, that the female of her species is more deadly than the male. No Coward Soul is Mine by Emily Brontë. No coward soul is mine, no trembler in the world's storm-troubled sphere. I see heaven's glories shine, and faith shines equal, arming me from fear. O God within my breast, almighty, ever-present deity, life, that in me has rest as I, undying life, have power in thee. Vain are the thousand creeds that move men's hearts, unutterably vain, worthless as withered weeds or idlest froth amid the boundless main, to waken doubt in one holding so fast by thy infinity, so surely anchored on the steadfast rock of immortality. With wide embracing love thy spirit animates eternal years, pervades and broods above, changes, sustains, dissolves, creates and rears. Though earth and man were gone, and suns and universes ceased to be, and thou wert left alone, every existence would exist in thee. There is not room for death, nor atom that his might could render void. Thou art being and breath, and what thou art may never be destroyed. To a Mouse by Robert Burns. We sleek it, cowrin, timrouse beastie, oh what a panic's in thy breastie. Thou needna start a was I hasty wi' bickering brattle. I would be laith to rin and chase thee wi' murdering pattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union and justifies that ill opinion which makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal. I doubt na whiles but thou may thieve. What then? Poor beastie, thou maun live. A Damon Icker in a thrave's a sma request. I'll get a blessing with a lave and never miss it. Thy wee bit housey too in ruin. It's silly was the winds are strewing, and naething now to big a new ain o' foggage green, and bleak December's winds ensuing, baith snell and keen. Thou saw the fields laid bare and waste, and weary winter coming fast, and cosy here beneath the blast. Thou thought to dwell till crash the cruel coulter passed out thro' thy cell. That wee bit heap o' leaves and stibble has cost thee money a weary nibble. Now thou's turned out, for a thy trouble, but house or hold, to thole the winter's sleety dribble, and Cranrach called. But, Mousey, thou art know thy lane, in proving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes o' mice and men gang aft agly, and lee us naught but grief and pain for promised joy. Still thou art blessed compared wi' me. The present only toucheth thee, but och, I backward cast my ear on prospects drear, and forward, though I canna see, I guess and fear. The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allan Poe. Lo, 'tis a gala night, within the lonesome latter years. An angel throng, bewinged, bedight in veils, and drowned in tears, sit in a theatre to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere puppets they who come and go at bidding of vast, formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings, invisible woe, that motley drama, oh be sure it shall not be forgot. With its phantom chased for evermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth in to the selfsame spot, and much of madness and more of sin and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs the mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all. And over each quivering form, the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm, while the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy, man, and its hero, the Conqueror Worm. Thank you for listening. Some of these poems continue on as music and can be found on streaming platforms like Apple Music and Spotify. You're welcome to explore the other videos or subscribe if you'd like to return.